The Anonymous Case Study. Shopping for Trauma. I was sitting in therapy, crying about my ex, when my phone buzzed. My friend Katie sent me a YouTube link with 3 words. Is this you? I had been seeing my therapist, Dr. Rowley, for almost 2 years. I started going after my mom died and I felt unable to function. He made me feel like my problems mattered, always listening and never checking his phone. Every Tuesday at 4, I would unload everything. The hoarding in my childhood home, the recurring nightmare about the car accident that killed my mom, and the time I impulsively drove to Oregon to disappear. Dr. Rowley would nod slowly and say things like, "That's incredibly brave to share." Or, "I've never had a patient describe grief quite that way." It made me feel special, like my pain was unique. Mobile phone, the exposure. The YouTube video Katie sent was titled Breaking Free from Childhood Trauma, featuring Dr. Rowley promoting his new book. I heard him say, "I had a patient. We'll call her A." My stomach dropped. He then described a woman who grew up in a hoarder household, whose mother died in a car crash, who once disappeared to the Pacific Northwest for weeks, who kept her mom's old grocery lists in a shoebox. Every single detail was mine. Nobody knew about those lists except him. I sat there shaking, watching this man I trusted sell my life story to thousands of strangers. He called it an anonymous case study. But my best friend Katie recognized me instantly, prohibited the realization. The next Tuesday, I showed up, placed my phone on the table, and played the video. Dr. Rowley's face was stone cold. He folded his hands and insisted everything was anonymized according to professional standards, claiming Katie recognizing me was unfortunate, but not a violation. He wasn't even sorry. He kept explaining how sharing stories helps people heal and how his book might save lives, expecting me to feel honored to be his material. It was then I realized how easily I had been manipulated. Every time he said, "That's so unique," or "I've never heard that before," he wasn't validating me. He was shopping, taking notes for his next chapter. I walked out mid-session and quit therapy entirely. I couldn't trust anyone with my thoughts after that, and for a year I kept everything inside. His book came out 6 months later and became a bestseller. Katie told me it included at least 3 other stories that sounded like patients we knew from the waiting room. I realized I was easily manipulated because I desperately needed his validation, and he expertly pretended to provide it while exploiting my vulnerability.